Jolly parked her car in the driveway, pressed the button to open the garage door, and pulled inside as usual. As she stepped out, she noticed her husband's truck was missing. She thought maybe Jack had taken the kids out for dinner. She smiled at the idea of him handling the kids for once, as she often felt like she was taking care of 3 children, not just 2. Entering the house, she found it unusually quiet. The usual noise of the kids and the sound of video games blasting from their big screen television were absent. She recalled her time earlier that evening with her lover, Alex, and felt a brief pang of guilt. However, it quickly passed. Looking around the house, she wondered if this was the beginning of her fate, if Jack had finally decided to end their marriage. But then she laughed to herself. If Jack was going to do something, he would have by now. She had been seeing Alex for 8 months, and Jack had never questioned her. Even when she came up with elaborate excuses, he bought them without question. In the beginning, she had only seen Alex once or twice a week, but lately, it had become 4 nights a week, including Fridays. She had managed to convince Jack that she was busy with work, even claiming she was away on a conference in New York. In reality, she had spent that weekend with Alex, while he attended the conference. They were now planning a week-long cruise together, but they just needed to come up with a good reason for Jack to believe. After a long day, Jolly undressed and slipped into the shower. She wanted to be fresh for Jack when he returned with the kids. She wanted to be ready, just in case Jack made a move. Although he hadn't shown any interest in her lately, she figured it wouldn't hurt to be prepared. She crawled into bed and fell asleep quickly. The next morning, she awoke expecting to see Jack beside her, but he wasn't there. His side of the bed was undisturbed. Confused, she listened but heard nothing. She got up, threw on a robe, and began searching the house. There was no sign of Jack or the kids. Maybe they were outside, she thought, but the yard was empty. She ran around the house, calling for them, but there was no answer. Panic began to rise in her chest as she checked the garage, but Jack's truck was still gone. She dashed back upstairs and checked their closets. Jack's clothes and personal items were gone. Then she ran to the kids' rooms, empty. Had he finally left her? She grabbed her phone and dialed Jack's number, only to hear the message that the number was no longer in service. Desperate, she called Jack's parents in Southern California. "Mom, it's me, Jolly," she said when Jack's mother, Lorraine, answered the phone. "Have you heard from Jack or the kids?" "No, I haven't," Lorraine replied. "Is everything all right?" "No," Jolly said, her voice trembling. "I got home late last night, and they were gone. I thought maybe Jack had taken them out for dinner, but they didn't come back. I tried calling Jack, but his number's disconnected." "Maybe you should call the police and report them missing," Lorraine suggested. "Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks." Jolly hung up and walked into the kitchen, numb. But as she stood there, something caught her eye, a white envelope next to the coffee pot. Jack's wedding ring sat on top of it. Her heart pounded as she picked up the envelope and opened it. Inside was a typed note from Jack. She sat down, trembling, and read the words. "Jolly, in case you haven't figured it out yet, I'm gone. The kids are with me, and they're fine. It's become clear to me that you forgot our 15th wedding anniversary this Friday. You chose to spend it with Alex Freeman rather than with me. But I'm not shocked. This isn't the first time you've missed an important family event. Last month, you missed Jason's 13th birthday. I told him you were busy with work, but I know the truth. You were with Freeman. You did the same thing with Allison's birthday 3 months ago, and when Jason got hurt playing football, you couldn't be bothered to look after him because you were with Freeman. The school tried to reach you, but you were in a meeting. Imagine my surprise when the private investigator told me you and Freeman were at the Hilton that afternoon, doing more than just meeting. Yes, I know about your affair with Alex Freeman. I've known for a while now, and so do the kids. I also know about that conference in New York. The truth is, you weren't at a conference, you were with Freeman. I know about the cruise you and Freeman are planning, and don't worry, you won't have to lie to me about it anymore. Since you've decided Freeman is more important than your family, I'm taking matters into my own hands. I've hoped you would end it with him and come back to me and the kids, but you chose not to. You've been gone for months, so now I'm gone for good. The kids are with me, and they'll stay with me. You'll be served divorce papers next week at work. I'm also suing Alex for alienation of affection. I may not get much, but it's the principle. I'm asking for custody of the kids and support, as you make good money. I don't want spousal support, but you'll be paying for the kids' expenses. You'll still have a chance to see them, but you'll need a passport and cover your own travel. We're moving to Australia. I've accepted a promotion, and I'll be running the company's operations there for at least the next 5 years. I'd hoped to share this news with you, but you chose to spend your evenings with Freeman. You'll find a quick claim deed in the envelope. The house is yours, along with half of our accounts. I've taken my name off everything. If you try to fight this divorce, you may become the next internet sensation. You'll also find explicit pictures of you and Freeman. I have hours of video footage, too. I wish I could say these last years have been wonderful, but they haven't. The first 13 years were good, but you've been drifting away, offering only flimsy excuses for your absences. The truth is, the thought of being with you makes me disgusted. Jack. Jolly folded the letter, tears filling her eyes, and put it back in the envelope. She stared at the card for Jack's lawyer and set it on the table, resolved to call on Monday.